talking about. Welcome back.
Bam.
Boom.
Live.
Welcome back, dude. NDL Weekly, dude. Hey, dude, I'm trying to get on as many hosts as possible. That's my goal. We're going to have a sixth one. We have a sixth league, unless we just want to do more homework each. But
Well, I did zero
Welcome
homework
back.
today.
did you already know what you were doing?
No, I'm just gonna wing it.
Going back to the
You better
well with
do
Zach's
better
team
than your
this
first
week.
time you were on, because that was a heaping helping of trash, which was not good, in case you didn't know what trash was.
Are you talking about
But
the first time I was on?
The
So we're
very
in for a
first
3-hour
time.
show if he's going to wing it, pretty much.
Yeah, I know. We'll move Zachy along real quick. But we got Kyle, we got Pickle, we got Zachy, we got Adrian. Adrian, are you really 25, Pickle? 25 or 26?
I'm 27. I just turned 27 a couple weeks ago.
You're 27.
Happy birthday, little buddy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Little dude. And
I remember
Kyle,
those
you said you're
days.
32. Hey, where did Spooky Kyle come from? What is that a play on?
I'm not really sure. I think it was I was playing video games as a theme. Playing video games with one of my friends, and his dad kept forgetting who I was because he was like wasn't on the Discord channels, but didn't really get it all the way yet. He kept forgetting which Kyle I was because I was some sort of Kyle. So I changed it to Kyle from Wisconsin, and he still didn't get it. So I changed it to Spooky Kyle from Spooky Wisconsin because it was Halloween season, and then that just stuck.
Well, I love it.
I have a
But I also love Pac-Man, so
I have
looks
a
like a little
friend
Pac-Man guy.
who doesn't know his dad. Can't remember my name, but his son called me Vector one time from Despicable Me. So his dad just calls me Vector. That's all.
Dude,
Like,
Despicable Me is
good to see
genius.
you
Whatever. Do you just call yourself, hey, it's Victor?
too. Vector.
Vector.
Did I say Victor?
Yeah.
I meant Vector.
It's fine.
God dang, that movie's
It's all
good,
good.
dude.
When you're a dad, it just you always get names wrong, no matter what, even your own kids.
Amen. Yes. Do you want kids, Kyle? I think I asked you that some years ago.
Yeah, I think yes. I think the answer is pretty comfortably yes. We just don't know when yet.
Okay. Are you married?
Mm-mm.
Not
But
yet.
been with someone for 5.5 years. So
What the
it'll
hell's your
happen
problem?
eventually. What?
What are you waiting for?
Why do you have to get
You
married?
know how expensive everything is?
Why?
Yes.
Well,
Well, you don't have to
can
get
elope,
married,
but
if
why
you,
do you
if
why
you want to get married?
why do you
then,
have to get married?
Oh no.
To have
Oh,
kids?
no.
You don't.
You don't.
You don't have to get
definitely don't
married
have
to live together either.
No, we have a house. We own a
no
house
one,
together.
No one said, "Hey, I believe in living in sin." I mean, live in so much sin.
Okay.
Just kidding. No, listen. I don't mind. In fact, marriage is kind of. It's very individualistic, right?
It's
But
for the tax
I'm saying,
breaks.
if you say the tax break is glorious, especially in California. But my follow-up to, we're not married yet. We've been married for 5.5 years. Is like, what are you waiting for? I'm just not that patient. It's all rooted from patience.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know. Do I really seem impatient? Really? I mean, I very much am impatient.
There's context behind it. It'll happen eventually. But
Is there?
yeah.
Okay.
We bought a house
Yeah,
first, and that took up a lot of money. So
Congratulations.
thanks.
Yeah. It's
Did
good.
you buy in Colorado?
Yeah. It was so
Wow.
fucking expensive.
Just
Dude.
elope. Don't do a huge ass ceremony.
You know,
I'm
Zach,
gonna tell my
I'm
kids
gonna stop you right there. The girlfriend's gonna want a real wedding.
Real
And the
wedding in
girlfriend gets what
Vegas?
she wants. No,
Yeah.
it'll
Does
probably
she
be in
have
Colorado.
Hangover 4.
Does she have good
Why-
money, or does her family have money?
are they
Uh,
paying for it?
I'm not sure
I'd
how
like
it's
to
gonna
know.
work.
Tell
Because
us
they gotta
everything
figure
about
it
her.
out. Yeah.
I
Right
She's
now.
hot.
Like, what's her
I'll tell
social?
my kids straight
she
up
hot?
when they're that age. Like,
Yeah.
go
I
and
think she's
elope.
hot.
If you want us there, we'll go to the courthouse with
I
you.
want to see her.
But don't waste your
We're
not gonna
money
do it on
on a
stream.
freaking wedding.
It's not always that easy.
I'm telling you, man. I don't have the decision. It's not my choice to
Yeah.
make.
It's not that easy.
What did you do, Adrian?
I got married at the so just at a church, and then we went to the had the reception at a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, did you? I
Yeah.
swear to God, did you really?
Yep.
Yes.
Hotel,
How old were you?
Motel, Holiday Inn.
Yeah, that's the jam right there.
22.
Yeah, see,
I've
that's
been
what
married.
I figured.
I've been married longer than Pickle's been alive.
No, I'm 27. Doofus.
Almost.
little baby.
I've been married
Almost.
29 years.
See,
Bro.
math is tough, dude.
Yep, it is.
There's-
Very difficult.
I feel so bad for the kids he used to teach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we didn't
Not every
spend a
school
lot of
system
time on
does that.
addition and subtraction.
It was Adrian that didn't have the math right.
No, Adrian had it right. I was
Yeah, I had it
thinking
right.
married at 22. He's been married.
Adrian
for 22
knows
years.
he's been married for 29 years.
I thought I had.
Yeah,
I was
I
with
better know.
Pickle. I misunderstood the.
I got married
the
at
number.
22 as well.
I got married at 21. Suckers.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been married.
Your
for,
divorce rate is so much higher than mine,
It's
dude.
actually 0, but
Pickle's divorce rate
Divorce
is really
rate?
Or math.
interesting.
I have not been divorced.
No, I'm saying your age bracket, not you, not
Oh.
your
Oh.
household. Just hey, be strong. Be strong and say yes to whatever she says. And you'll probably have a great marriage.
Yeah, we
Dude, I had a big a big backyard barbecue potluck. It was a really big property of Lisa's aunt, and it cost us about $5,000-$6,000. That's the way to go, Kyle. If
I
you
got married
can't
in
do it,
courthouse.
it's yes, sir. Courthouse, Santa Barbara
Well,
has a
so I
gorgeous
got
courthouse.
married early because of student loans. I was still
Oh.
dependent on my parents. So
Mhm.
to get out of that and actually be able to get my loans, we got married in February instead of October, but we had a ceremony and all that. We didn't tell anyone but my mom and her mom and dad. So no one knew. So we had a ceremony as if it was our actual wedding, but her dad paid for everything.
Wait, they didn't know you got married?
No, our parents did. Nobody else did. Nobody else knew
Fun.
we got married early because the only reason we did it was for student loans. So
She was
we
pregnant.
no,
Oh,
we kind of
Pregnant with
wanted
loans.
to treat it like
What?
it was our actual wedding.
Brian said, "Where's the super chat?" That was cute.
Who's
I
not
got
there, Bob?
Nice, nice.
Brian.
We could split $299. Yeah, that's courthouse, dude. Santa Barbara has a really sweet courthouse. But hey, real quick, I know we're going to touch on the leagues, and we're going to be timely as we were last time. But I did want to touch on A-Chain because I think there's a process to this, and I'm glad Brian's in here. That's who just said that. Not great, Bob.
It's technically 8chan now. He corrected
I
it. Right?
heard that.
A-Chan.
What?
Yeah,
I gotta
that was
get
from him.
used to it because I do want to respect him as a man.
Yeah.
I also
Everyone, like, I looked up pronunciations of his last name, and every
changed it.
broadcast was saying H-chain.
They were wrong.
He corrected it.
they're
this
getting
week.
better. If you
No,
listen
he
today,
corrected- he
they
actually-
all corrected it.
He told them to change the pronunciation this week.
Yeah.
They all changed it today on the podcast.
A-chan.
A-Chan.
Yeah. So
Devon,
8chan was correct up until week 3.
It's going to be A-Chain in my mind for the rest of time.
Yeah.
I like A-Chain. I think he should change it.
Right.
He should change it.
I think he said H. Come on, pickle. Sweet, God damn it.
Low hanging
Um,
fruit.
All right,
Put it
so
back.
real quick, I'm gonna make it real life. So in 32, you probably didn't see the chat. I'm not sure if Brian is in that chat. I know we have a few people watching now. I'm not sure who saw it, but Jason traded A-Chain. If you want, we can start with 32, the league 32.
Yeah, let's do that.
Who does 32? Is that Pickle?
I
Okay,
got it.
Pickle.
Um,
If you can also bring in your
I got it.
1 sec. Zachy's gonna bring in the screen, and then
It's already
sorry.
we have several trades to talk about, but we'll touch on the A-Chain
in
We do.
multiple
one
leagues.
first.
We got
Yeah.
a lot of
A-Chain-
trades.
A-Chan.
Adrian and I have been going back and forth because we love to poke each
I love
other,
it,
and it's
yeah.
it's just fun. So tell me what you would have done, guys. Jason, for context, and use this process, please, sweet God. This is a good process. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Brian noted that he has a portfolio of about 54. How many, Brian? 54 leagues. It's a portfolio of leagues. So he will have 6 shares of A Chain, and then he will say, let me go ahead and profit on 3, and I will hold 3. So this is a portfolio mentality. I don't have as many leagues as him, but I have 24 or 27, something like that. So I come from a portfolio mentality as well. But Jason drafted A Chain at 2.04 in a 16-team league. So
Wow.
that's where I was coming from, Adrian. If you drafted him in the second, I'm taking 2 seconds or a first. So, and then you said he went in the first, and it kind of threw me off. Then I had to do some different
12
math. But
yeah.
So Adrian, if you draft A Chain, you're not competing that year. You draft him at 2.05. You're saying you would not take a first round pick for him today if you're punting this year.
No, I'm going to wait.
You're going to wait. Okay,
Yeah.
very
I'm
good.
with Adrian on that. I'm waiting because of what he might turn into.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
my example was JJ. I mean, I drafted JJ in I think 201 that year.
Yeah.
And, if I would have sold him that year, like early in the season, I wouldn't be able to get as much for him as I did waiting, if he's the real
Absolutely.
thing. So that's why I say
Yeah.
wait. Why just draft him and sell him unless
Yeah.
you just don't know, But
I
he gave us a pretty good
agree.
show this last week. So
He
there's
did.
hope. There's
Yeah.
hope.
So
And
I
Mostert is not young either. So
and
Yeah.
Brian hit it right on the button, and that's what I said in the chat. Different position though. So his size, his position is why I would hold a JJ, not after a 50-point game, not after a poor 6 games. I'm not trying to profit on something until I know for sure kind of what I want to do with it, right? And it's not necessarily that I have the answer. It's just that I have the answer for my roster. So Kyle, you draft in a 16-team league. You draft A Chain specifically at 2.05. You're offered a first-round pick. Would you take that? You're punting this year.
I actually have a different opinion on this. It's the answer is technically the same, sort of, but my analysis usually goes off of how I grade the rookies every year. So to me, JJ and A Chain are totally different players. Aside from the different positions,
Big time.
JJ had the profile before we saw a single snap in the NFL. He had the profile to be an alpha, and we just needed to see it. So he got the draft capital. He got to a good team where he didn't have to be the one right away, and then we just saw him kind of explode in real time, right? So for A Chain, the first game he plays, I can't remember if he played any snaps in week 2, probably not. But
It was
very little.
first
But
game,
yeah, he played 10% of the game.
10 touchdowns,
10% of the
800
snaps.
yards, insane. But for my grade of him wasn't like the bell cow back. He profiles a lot more as like a change of pace, straight line speed back.
That's what Eckler was though coming out.
Yeah.
Super different body.
Yeah, and
Super different
different
body.
DC. Like it's just a different situation in general. You're starting when you get Eckler. Like if you're the first person to pick up Eckler, he was free. He was 100%
Oh yeah, I
free.
picked him up off the waivers.
Whereas A Chain had
So
the
it's
draft
different.
capital, so you're paying a draft pick for him. But what I'm saying is like he could honestly be an RB1 this year, but I'm still looking to sell him in this window because people are going to go nuts over a 40-point week. So I'm not selling him to a contender because that doesn't recoup the value that he gained in 1 week, right? To me, if it's a guy who like my JB team, like we don't know what the fuck my JB team is going to do yet. It could flame out and be a bottom 3 team. So if I trade my first for A Chain, that could still be a great situation. But if I trade it to Todd, Todd's in the playoffs every year. Like that doesn't really recoup the cost for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you. Pickle, You draft him at 2.06. You're not competing this year. Do you sell him for a first
Yes.
today?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and
I
Adrian
don't-
said no. Zach said no. No.
You know,
and hey,
Achane, I mean, he's going to be a PPR positive back. I mean, he's not one of these 3-down backs that's just going to run it, run through the tackle or whatever. But also, Mostert, we don't know if he's going to go another year. And
He's old.
Achane has been
He's
running through the
32.
tackles.
Jeff
I mean, if you
Wilson
watch
will
the game-
come.
If you
They'll
watch the
have
game, he
some
ran through the
nobody.
tackle.
Jeff Wilson is a good back, and
Very
who's
good.
He's old
the
too.
other guy? Is it Chris Brooks? Chris Brooks is also good, but he doesn't really fit the speed profile.
But they're running
Every
Achane through the
single-
tackles.
Every single back, and Mike McDaniel, and we trust, right? So we trust what he's going to do and how he's going to play him, right? Gibbs, they're trying to run him up the middle. Mike McDaniel, they have Achane coming off the side, right in the flat. They're running routes. So Gibbs will get there. Achane is there as far as already being in the system. Now, I think they're working Gibbs in where they're not working Achane in. So we're seeing just an explosion of usage. The profile, he was not supposed to go this high in the draft. Mike McDaniel also said I would have taken him higher. So I believe he knows what he's doing. Kyle, were you going to say something?
The Achane doesn't really fit any team except for Miami, so it makes sense for him to be overdrafted to Miami because, like, that's the back they're looking for. The only other team I can really think of is San Francisco, but they don't need him.
So can
Right.
I make my thought and then you can wrap it up or whatever? So my thought, if I'm rebuilding, why am I going to sell an asset like that if I think he can help me in the future for a first round pick that may not even pan out, especially when I've seen positive with Achane. So if I'm rebuilding, I'm probably holding on to him more than if I wasn't. If I had depth already at running back, I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to build on this. I already have running backs. Why do I need to keep him as well? Now I'm going to sell him for value.
The concern is sample
There's
size right
different
now and his frame for me.
There it is.
But he can also gain weight.
That is
He's young.
Exactly.
No,
But it's
not.
a lot
He's
of ifs.
5'9". He's not gaining that much weight. He's a
Well,
man.
Look at
He's
Eckler.
it.
Sproles.
He's 5'7".
His frame.
5'8".
Look at his frame. Look
Yeah,
at
and he
Eckler's
gained weight
frame.
across
Look
the
at
years.
Achane's frame. Fucking Google him.
Look
This dude
at a
is
lot
not
of these
Eckler.
running backs
We
coming out of
have
college
to stop comparing him to Eckler.
and how they
You
look.
guys,
I
I don't think they're
there's-
similar players at all.
No,
What about
they're
Sproles?
so different. We have Sproles is a similar build. It's still
I think
thicker.
I think the closer comp is Deuce Vaughn for Sproles right now. I think Achane's like kind of like what people want Etienne to be. That's what I feel like. He's kind of like a straight line guy. He's fine between the tackles, but he's really good outside. And he's a better receiver than Etienne, in my opinion.
So here's what and what Brian just said. A first is more flexible. So what he's saying is this: we have an asset that is Achane. I'm not competing. He just went bonkers. We don't think he's going to average half of that. We understand that. They don't want him to average half of that. They don't want to he's 5'9", 188. We want our backs 205 pounds.
Is he 188 right now?
He's 188. So could he gain 10 pounds? Probably not. But let's say he gains 10 pounds. He's still 5'9". His frame can't handle too much bulk, right? He's going to be a very lean guy. If I'm not competing, I want that first round pick in week 3. Now, this doesn't need to be but now specifically, it doesn't need to be in week 3, sell your guy. Specifically, we are in week 3. He went bonkers. I can now turn that first round pick into anything that I want, or I make the pick.
Not
But
necessarily.
I'm always
that's
hunting
that's not-
necessarily
late-
anything.
A
Sure.
late pick. So many. I don't know how many times I hear it
Wait,
over and
hold
over
on,
again.
I'm
Your
still
pick's
talking.
going to be a late pick.
Calm yourself, little dude.
No, I'm
One
not.
sec. I waited. Just wait. What I'm saying is this: I know how to play the game, so I'm not going to want something unrealistic. I'm going to say I'm going to wait I'm going to lay low. I'm going to make sure that I can turn this into something, but I'm watching that team's pick. I'm watching to see how is it trading. If I think that he keeps winning, I see him keep winning and it turns into a later pick, I'm going to probably trade it in season. If it keeps trending to a really great pick, I might hold on to it. But as we know, that gains value. I'm not trying to sit on a 5'9", 188 back. I hope he does well because I'm going to own him in many more leagues. But I'm going to diversify. Jason not only got a first, but he got a first, a second, and a late pick. Go for it, Zach.
What if you're only in 5 leagues, and this is your only share of Achan?
Sure,
Oh, he got
and
the
maybe
name
so.
right.
Maybe, and maybe so. Every specific scenario is different. That's why I leave it up to interpretation. I leave it for discretion.
Yeah, I think it's
I leave it
conditional.
to do whatever you want. But how I build, I'm not trying to build around a 5'9", 188 great back, right? He might be great, but I'm just not building around that type. I'm hoping to turn it into something that I want to build around. I want to accidentally turn that pick into a quarterback. I want to accidentally turn that pick into a wide receiver or a tight end, basically anything other than a running back.
Great points made by everybody. We're going to keep going here in 32.
I'm
I think
gonna
the
just
takeaway here,
suggest- I'm just going to suggest that we pretty much stick to trades because that's going to take up the whole time.
the takeaway
There's a lot
here
of trades.
is I don't think there's necessarily a right or wrong answer.
Correct.
So
Correct.
your
It's
team, if you
conditional.
like the guy and you can get him for a first and you feel that's fair, perfect. That's the trade for you. If you want to hang on to him and a first is just not going to tempt you, perfect. Hang on to him. It's okay. He had a great week. We're all super excited about it. The other trade
love
we
him.
had in 32, we've got one between Dave and Roy, Jerome Ford for Elijah Moore. I originally saw that as Jerome Ford for a
Gross.
first round pick and the third round pick because I saw the super rebel. I was like, wow. Yeah, gross. Don't love it. Jerome Ford, maybe he has a great year. Maybe he doesn't. Somebody's trying to win, and Elijah Moore is not doing it. So
I actually like the Ford side for what that's worth.
yeah, I would take the Ford
Oh.
side as well.
Okay.
I just think the trade is
sure.
just kind of.
Oh,
not
but
that
Jason
Oh,
is
yeah.
so
And
high on
it's
Moore.
roster specific. It is
Yeah.
roster specific. I'm trying to pull up the roster, but
It's pretty obvious which one is
I
which.
get it. I do get it.
Yep.
I mean, what is it? Dave doesn't have a running back outside of Pacheco, really. So now he has Jerome Ford, who's in line for a definitely increase in workload. So I don't mind it. If he has to give up Elijah Moore to get that potential,
Yeah,
it's
see,
a great trade.
You should be getting more for Ford right now than
Yeah,
that.
I'm starting Ford. I'm not
Yes.
starting more.
Yeah.
He's got AJ Brown, Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb. So I super get it, especially if you don't like Elijah Moore.
No, you
Elijah
could.
Moore's got way too many targets, but if that's just what it costs to get Ford, I would assume it would be less. But you get him.
That's
Nobody
cheap.
likes Elijah
It's
Moore.
more. It's more for Ford right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Most of my leagues are asking for a first.
Yep. The other
A
trade
first
we got
round pick
Roy.
for Ford.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope everyone is getting a first for Ford.
Roy
I
was
hope everyone competing or not get that first.
Roy made another trade with Earl. Traded away a first round pick and a third round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo and DeAndre Swift. Swift looks really good right now. He's getting a lot of attempts. He's getting a lot of yards. He's in a high powered offense. I think this is what everybody was hoping Swift would be in Detroit and saw glimpses of it, but no real consistency. And then they drafted Gibbs and shipped Swift off. So I don't hate this, especially if you are Roy and now you've got Christian McCaffrey and DeAndre Swift every week. That feels really good right now. Obviously, that stuff can change week to week, but I don't hate that trade. Maybe a smidge of an overpay, but if you think you're going to win and that first round pick turns into a 114, a 115, I think most of us would probably trade away a 115 for DeAndre Swift production right now.
I don't
yeah.
I don't mind the trade. I just don't get the two trades together. Like he's swapping a running back, but like losing his first as well.
Yeah, he gave up Jerome Ford and a first and a third for Elijah Moore,
Yeah.
Jimmy G, and DeAndre Swift.
I
like I don't know.
Do one or the other, not both.
I don't think
my take.
I think he definitely lost the Ford trade. But I think I'd rather have DeAndre Swift right now.
So do you guys think Ford is
I don't think he's like this amazing asset that everybody can sneak and have, and he's going to be productive for years. But I think this year he's in line
man this
for
year. Yeah.
a ton of opportunity.
He's good enough.
And
he's good enough to actually be the guy.
Yeah.
For multiple years, and he's going to be the Nick Chubb in the Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt dynamic, and Hunt is still Hunt. That's what it is for me.
Wow.
Lastly,
I'm way underestimating.
He's not
Ford.
Nick Chubb, but he's going to play that role.
If Chubb even comes back. Hopefully it's not as bad as what they say. But
yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it's much better than feared.
I'm opening up a betting line for the over-under on this podcast, and right now it's at 125 and a half minutes.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm taking the over. Last trade we saw here is Renee with, I believe, Carmen getting Puka Nacua. Yep. Renee is super hot on Puka Nacua right now. And giving up Javonte Williams in a round 2 for Puka and Jaden Reed. I don't hate it.
Nice.
Done.
I love it, actually.
Puka.
I think that's pretty good.
To the podium to get Puka.
Yeah, like
I smash this if I'm her.
Yeah.
Renee had to pay a lot more for Puka in a different league.
Well, she's super high on Kyron Williams.
Yes.
I don't see it in Kyron.
She's a Rams fan, isn't she? She's like a Rams.
Yeah.
So
she said that they picked him last year to be their running back.
To be the HN of the Rams.
Do you always, is that your franchise running back when you grab someone in the 5th?
I think it's more that 3rd round is where they find
your name Kyle Shanahan.
Right. Very good. 3rd round is that's when they want him to be their guy. 5th round is like
that's where HN was drafted.
Yeah.
Do you want to quickly talk about any?
I do want to talk about some standings. If you look at the New England Snow Dogs, this might be the grossest 4-0 team I've ever seen. Go ahead and click on that. This is like,
whose team is that, Tim?
Yeah. Oh, he's got Cork. He's got Cork coupons.
This is gross. I'm sorry. I don't know how this guy is 4-0. Tim, luckily for him, he's got Cooper Kupp coming back hopefully soon. So I feel like he got 4 lucky wins.
These wide receivers are
I'd kill
so he has 316.
That's pretty low.
But look at his division. That's number 2 in his division.
It's Mostert and Kirk. That's what's happening.
But still, it's a gross 4-0 team.
Yeah. No, I mean,
there's one on the other side that's worse.
There is. Go over to the NFC East.
There it is. Wait.
That team is worse. Look at that. Both of these guys have Alan Lazard. If I go get Alan Lazard is my takeaway. Pay first, pay 2. You're going to be
good analysis.
You're going to be 4-0.
I think someone just got Alan Lazard.
They both have DJ Chark.
But again,
too.
look at this division. That is a weak division.
Oh, man.
But
he still wins 3 games.
Just a word of caution to Tim and who's off in the dark there, Dallas. I can't remember.
That's John.
Tim and John. Your teams are not that good.
But John does have Kupp and JT on IR at least.
He does. But I would not be making big time moves to try and win right now.
Freaking Nico, dude.
I might let this ride 3 more weeks, get through another set of double headers and see where you're at, because it's so likely that you come out 4-4 and you don't want to be trading away a 1st round pick for something. And then all of a sudden that 1st round pick is a 107, a 108, and you got Devin Achane and he busted. So
so
just be cautious, ride the wave, ride the winds, keep setting lineups.
He's gonna go 5-0. Tim is, because he's playing Pittsburgh.
And then he's gonna lose the next 5 games.
But then he might be able to win this one, but then Then he faces the gauntlet.
This team I think is a fake 4-0. The other one I think is
AFC West.
gonna run it because if he's got Cup and JT on IR, it's gonna be a
It could be.
bloodbath.
I think we
John
just got to remember
John
it
could be all right.
could be.
Yeah.
John
If-
will be all right. Hey, all right. Let's do
Hey,
SF2 with Kyle.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You guys went
Oh.
for like 20 minutes about
Oh my
8chan. Give me 5 freaking minutes. Okay.
8chan was in the show doc.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is this.
if
Where's the show dog? I didn't get it.
there is no show doc.
there's no Zach got that right.
we gotta be just a little cautious about
Okay,
JT
go for it. If you
coming back.
Okay.
I would not consider that guaranteed production. I'm not sure Anthony Richardson. I think he's way out producing what people expected from him. And if he's going to be that mobile in the pocket, they're not going to have to run JT every second that they have the opportunity. So I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying sell him. I'm not saying he's not great.
I'm also
Temper your
nervous
expectations a little
with
bit.
how good Zach Moss is doing.
No, come on,
Zach
stop
Moss
it.
is
Get out of here.
legit. 2 firsts.
He's a poser.
So
Well, I mean,
They
we'll
have a
see.
good-
Does he
they have a good
continue
O-line.
this?
and then one more thing. Just a
Yeah.
few seconds. I have not even touched my 6-minute limit.
Go ahead, Pickle.
Cole, you're doing great work up there in the AFC North. Keep it up. Like the team. It looks okay. It's probably the best 4-0 team in the actually no.
No.
Just saying it. I just misspoke. That's all. Ash's team. Ash has got a really, really good team.
I mean, we should just hand it to Ash, honestly. Just
it's
hand
a
him the
very-
title.
It's a very good team, Ash. You've done wonderful work there. Nice work. Keep it up. That's of all the 4-0 teams, Ash is a contender. 2 of them are definite pretenders, and Cole, you're fringe. So
390 PF.
it's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
And 16 team,
And-
that's crazy.
And I just
He's 20 more than the next closest person,
it's very good. It's very good. He's killing
which
it.
is
Doing great work.
Jason. Jason's doing very well over in the NFC side.
Then there are some dud teams here. I think that's Jake.
Yeah.
0-4 at 223. Jay 0-4 at 186.
Well, he was punting. We knew he was going to be bad.
Mitch 0-4 at 238. You're supposed to have a good team, Mitch. I'm not
Come on,
sure why you
buddy.
thought you could win anything this year. And then Ryan 0-4 at 302. That's probably the best 0-4 team you're going to see.
It was
Almost-
a playoff team that he inherited.
And
but-
he's just in a
I
really
want you to read that, Adrian. Take a note.
Yeah.
Mental snapshot.
Totally different. Totally
Yep,
different.
totally different. We're
I
not going to
don't
talk
agree
about
with
it.
that. Yeah.
I think
Uh,
I'm at
It is
my
it's
6
a little
minutes.
different, but the process.
So we're
That
gonna go to the
Denver
next
0-4 is
league.
just straight up this division. It drives me nuts because it's a freaking gauntlet. It is.
Yep. Next league. That's it. I'm at 6 minutes.
All right, Superflex
Did you
2
time yourself? All right, here we go.
trades.
His
Yeah,
mic just
5:45
shuts off.
left.
Mine will be
Okay,
only 10 minutes,
SF2.
so.
All right.
Did we have trades?
Oh yeah, we got trades.
Oh,
I think we had trades in every league.
good.
All right. Okay, so none of these really stood out to me. Do you want me to go through each one? Well, there was one that stood out, but
Anything that just is worthy of talking.
the 1, 3, and 4 kind of just makes sense. Seems even enough to me. There are different motivations for every single one, but they seem pretty fair to me. The Titans and the Raiders, however, I am still trying to figure out why this one makes sense. And
No.
the only thing I can come up with is that the Raiders think that they're a lock to make playoffs.
No, I'm the one who gave up Tyler Lockett, Moss, and Miller.
Is that you? I don't get it.
Mhm.
I don't get it.
No.
I
well,
don't get it. I don't get it on the Titans side, I should say.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
punting. I'm punting, so I gave away Lockett, Zach Moss, and Kendra Miller.
Yeah.
Give away 2 pieces of trash and a diamond in the rough for a lot.
Yeah, no, I'm
You
into
win
it.
that.
So
You win
That's
that.
that's perfect for someone who's punting, because like the only
Thank
thing you're
you.
really losing is Kendra Miller. Tyler Lockett's not going to help you at all. Zach Moss isn't going to help you at all. and you
Mm-mm.
get a second and a third and 2
Oh, I
more
know.
trade pieces. Like, come on, man. What is he
Stroke, dude.
doing? I
But
don't know
that's
who
Joe.
that
I
is,
love
He
you
but
trades-
too.
Yeah, Joe trades all his picks.
Joe,
For
like
one
Joe
piece.
makes a lot of
Here we go. I know the conversation. Give it
trades.
to
Like
Asaki.
he makes a lot of trades. You're like, what the fuck are you doing, Joe? And then he wins the leagues. Like, or he is runner up. I can't explain the madness. He definitely has
I've
a
seen
mad
it.
scientist like the way he runs things. But
this is
yes,
a
He goes-
100% buying production where
Yes.
no one else wants to pay it, but he does, so he gets the production. And that's
He
the only
goes
thing I can
year
think
for
of.
year. He goes year for year.
this
He doesn't
could-
care about the future. He wants to win this
This
year.
could work. Sorry, Adrian.
It could.
He's got great receivers. He needs a running back. Moss
And you
could help
we
him this
can
year.
list
Yeah.
we can list his team. He's got Tua, Jimmy G, and Pickett, right? He added Zach Moss to Damian Harris, Algier, Rashad White, Kyron Williams. So he could piece together a 1 and 2. Then he's got Adams. Then he's got Justin Jefferson, Jalen Waddle, Garrett Wilson. So arguably the best piece in there, the most productive piece is, I mean, to me, Lockett, because anything can happen to Moss. Week to week, Moss has been going bonkers. So he could be the major producer. But Lockett just continues to produce.
Yeah.
But he added Lockett to JJ, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, and Garrett Wilson.
well, if he's
Yeah.
running
So-
5 or 4 wide receivers or 5 wide receivers every week, he needs that flex
You
guy.
can't run 5. Can you run 2?
No, start 2 running backs.
9. No, you can't do 5 wide receivers.
But you can start 4.
You
4.
can start 4.
So
I
he's
was-
he's going to be starting
Lock
4,
it for.
and he needs that guy to fill in on the bye weeks.
I was almost
hear
going to
ya.
talk about this team for SF2. The play that I would make, like just immediate reaction, would be to trade Waddle for something else. It could be wide receiver, it could be running back, it could be anything. But that's the move
I
you make.
offer you a first and second for Waddle. Are you taking it?
Not with this team.
I offer you 2 24 firsts. Would you take it for Waddle with
Not
this
with
team?
this team. Not with this team.
I would consider it because first people go crazy for first in these leagues.
I offer you Cup in 2 seconds.
Depends on Cup's salary.
Same as Waddle's.
I would probably take that.
Okay. So you're just talking about try to grab some profit, give yourself some flexibility, some ammo.
Yeah, it's you want ammo because the running backs are weak here. It's a big salary, and I guess you could try trading Wilson, but that's a terrible salary to work with. At least Waddle is
I know.
in a
See,
good
that's
spot right now.
that's one of the big problems with SF2, at least for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Is everyone's cap strapped.
So it's gonna be like either downgrading for an inflated salary and picking up picks, or like breaking it into pieces with someone who's trying to punt, kind of like what Jay did. Like you pick up a bunch of competing pieces that are cheaper, and then I don't know, drop Taysom Hill. I guess there's options there.
But
Mhm.
yeah,
All right. What's the next trade?
The other three, we can talk about them if you want, but they all seem pretty normal to me.
You guys, which side you want? Higgins or DJ Moore and James Cook? Don't even really need to say salaries.
Personally, I would take Cook, but I totally get the Higgins side. He's upgrading from DJ Moore.
It would probably take a James Cook to get to T Higgins from DJ Moore.
Yeah.
So it just seems like Adrian sent away T Higgins because he wanted. Was that your offer to Casey?
Yes.
no,
Because
it'd be
you wanted-
Casey's offer to him.
Oh, yeah.
The team
we-
on
we-
top is
we
always the
DM'd,
team that
yeah.
offers.
DM'd, he
neat.
sent it.
I didn't know that.
Didn't
Fun.
know that.
So as you can see, Joe offered that. We did have some counters, but okay. So he ended up offering. Was that out of the blue and you just smashed it?
No, I DM'd him. We talked about it
You
before.
DM'd him.
Yeah.
Who was your target?
James Cook initially.
Cook. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
So if you're who's this? Okay, so Adrian had another one. Adrian sends away Miles Sanders and QJ because he wanted DeAndre Swift, Michael Wilson, Dalton Schultz.
Like this trade
So
too.
is this basically the price for Swift, and then you wanted a couple kickers?
Yeah, I mean, I like Swift. I wanted Swift, so
This is a
and
competing
I,
move for
I,
sure.
I like, and it's also it was salary because
Okay.
Sanders was at $19, Swift was at $9,
Okay.
so Michael Wilson at 1, so it saved me $4 in salary.
He
where I
then
could actually-
parlayed
and
that later.
I only had 16 players at a possible 18.
And
So I could
QJ's not
parlay-
gonna.
Wilson.
Yeah, I traded Wilson away. Yeah.
QJ's not gonna do anything for you this year.
No,
He's
exactly.
going to have the opportunity, but dang, freaking.
Is he
What's his
still
name?
stuck
Looks
behind
good.
Palmer? Because Palmer's going to be that guy. I feel
He's
like.
behind
it's
Palmer,
Palmer.
but this was before.
QJ's a
last-
project, man. He's
Yeah.
not gonna do anything this year.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, if Palmer is in the way of QJ, let's be concerned about QJ. Please understand it. I don't care what I could be wrong, and I'll own it. But if QJ is not getting on the field because of Palmer, we need to be nervous.
We could
JJ
do a
wouldn't have been
whole.
on a billion
Sorry.
other guys. Addison wouldn't have been left stifled by Palmer. Trust me.
We could do a whole podcast where we don't do leagues and we just talk about rookies, and I would have like 3 hours of content for you guys.
Oh
So,
boy, next league.
Probably. Okay, so we did have one more of Adrian's.
yeah, it's Pacheco,
Um,
Sutton in a third, or Madison and Michael Wilson. So it's
That was
just
Easy win for Adrian there.
get rid of
Pacheco.
Madison.
It was supposed to happen before Sunday, before the trade deadline. I was trying to get a hold of Earl, but it didn't happen. So he sent that counter after, which sucks because I could have used Sutton, but I won anyway.
Would
so,
you have won your doubleheader then?
Good job.
yes, I would have, because I would have.
Glad that didn't happen then.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, Sutton's
okay,
doing all right.
he's
Did good, yeah.
whatever. He's fine. Before we go to the next league, just real quick, I want to talk about my team. Okay, I wasn't gonna do this. I wasn't gonna talk about my team. My team and Zach's team. We have some decisions to make because we are like fake 3-1 teams right now.
Wait, I'm fake 3-1.
I think we're fake 3-1 teams, and I think that Zach should keep pushing, and I'm probably gonna sell because
Oh, hey, sing it from the rooftop. Good.
I get
'cause
Jonathan
you-
Taylor back.
Yep, and that's part of it. And you traded your second away already, and you're scoring points well enough without JT. He comes back, you'll be fine if you.
If
like, lean
Montgomery
into
gets
it.
comes back from
Yep.
healthy, I've got.
You have Mim. No, you don't have Mims. Sorry,
I
never mind.
I
Wrong
don't
Mims.
know why you say I'm a fake 3-1 team.
It's
I love it though.
it's the reason I'm saying that is because we're both weaker than 3-1 is in the rest of the league, in my opinion. It's kind of, it feels more like a 2-2 team that outperformed what they should have or had an easier schedule. And then if you look at my team, I have everything. I haven't traded any picks yet. I haven't really done any trades.
What's his
don't
team?
think I'm gonna make it
Who are you?
this year. I'm San Francisco.
Can we click on that?
What I would say is while you click on that, I would get out in front of it now if I were you. Not because there's any urgency. It's just, and now means if you start to hear of someone, oh, I might be punting, start to look at trading with contenders now because people get antsy. They start to see they have wins or they start to see they're 1-2 and they want to compete because that's just what they do in fantasy football. Try to be the first one.
I think the
a lot
end
of
of
times.
the end of week 3 with doubleheaders, that first doubleheader being done, I think that's where people have to really start making decisions. And for the most part, it was pretty straightforward when I looked at all the teams. I think it's just me and Zach that really have to think about what we want to do for the rest of the season.
Kyle,
So
we
I
should get a
love what you
trade
said
going.
about the.
Yeah, I
The
have one
end
in
of
your
the first doubleheader.
inbox.
You do?
Yeah, it's been there for a week and a half. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Zach?
So I love what you just said about the end of the first doubleheader, because
Oh yeah, that one.
we touched on this last year, and I kept saying
Yeah.
people need to start making moves earlier, and like Jason was like, no, you could wait a couple more weeks. You could wait a couple more weeks. Like, no, you need to get on this now.
Yeah.
the season goes so much faster than you realize.
Because it's a
And
shorter
by the time we
season.
get to week 6,
Yeah.
week 7, it's most likely too late.
And then the other thing is that the prices only go up for competing pieces when you get closer to playoffs. So like right now is the cheapest it's going to be for a Tyler Lockett, and last week was cheaper than this week. So it's not going to get any better. And I've done it a couple times in JB where I like either missed playoffs or flamed out in the first round because I waited too long to make a move.
I might have to slide in your DMs after this.
Yeah, do it.
Slip slide.
I'm
All
ready
right,
to start
are we-
making moves out. That's
Let's
it.
go to JB.
Oh, and wait, actually, I'm sorry.
Oh,
One
okay.
more real quick thing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Ravens, do not give up because you have a much better team than a 1-3 team. That's Jason K.
Yeah.
Is that an SF2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the best shit team I've ever seen.
He's the second highest scorer in his division,
Yeah,
but
it's
he's
insane.
1-3.
His
And
team's
this is
really
kind of
good.
like where I am in 32. Great points for, but that schedule was just brutal.
And he's got an extra first. He got the Browns first.
Yeah, I don't give
Yeah.
Wait, who was this, Mitch, that you just text that you hit on
Oh,
Discord?
Braxton sent that to me. He's like, I'll give you Kirk Cousins and Alexander Madison for JSN, a first and a second. I was like, no.
I love Brax. Brax offers. I
He
think
said,
they're
"I
hilarious.
love Braxton." I
Sometimes
don't
they're
think I've
good.
ever heard anyone say that.
Brax,
I actually do love him as a friend. He's a good guy. He's
fun to talk
he's,
to.
All right, JB.
he's
who's
a
up?
hustler.
Next
that's-
week, baby. Let's go.
Don't give up, Jason.
There's
Okay.
a
I'm
lot
ready.
of content here.
Okay, JB. Let me get there.
Zion
While I'm
here
getting
this week?
there, how much higher do you guys
this
have
is-
London? Well, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything yet. Let me see how that goes.
London over HM.
All right.
Man, this was a long week. That trade happened this week.
Yeah.
Are we just going back 7 days? Is that what
Yep.
you guys do?
7
Yep.
days.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 days.
It took about
Watch.
7 days. We started talking about it 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
Watch this. Watch this, guys. Jerry Judy from what's your name? Zach. Zach sold Jerry Judy for 24 second and a 25 second. Evaluate.
These first two trades are literally for the third trade.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I
Okay.
think that's all you can get for Judy.
So I had to clear cap.
I thought 2 seconds was good.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I had to clear cap, and I wanted to try to recover what I knew I was already losing. I wasn't getting first, so I was
good.
happy with 2 seconds.
You already won.
Yep.
You won it. Good job.
No,
and I
I
also think
that's
I
good
also
value,
think he got a
even though
good
you're-
deal.
Even though you're clearing cap, that's good value for Judy.
I think so. It's a great trade. Next trade.
Yeah. Robert Woods for CEH in the third. Next trade.
Cap clear.
So
Perfect.
then-
Nailed it.
Zen Zaki gave up. So this was a blockbuster. And I don't know which side is better. So I think it's amazing.
That means it's a good trade.
Neither one of us
Anthony
really
Richardson?
liked it
Yeah.
That's how
or
you know it's
loved
good.
it. We
how
just
you know
kind
it's
of
fair.
liked it a little bit.
Yeah, we're both
Adrian,
like, you know,
Yes.
6 out of 10.
would you trade
that's
Burrow for Anthony Richardson and a first and a second? And I single you out because
Two
you're a little
firsts.
more
Two
skeptical of.
It has
Two
Marcus
Oh, I
firsts.
Brown in it.
apologize. A 24 first, and what I meant is a 25 first. Thanks, Pickle. My fault. So you're a little more skeptical of rookies until you've seen it, and you like to see it a little bit more, unless the motherfucker's name was A-Chain, you bitch. So
Or
A-Chain.
Stroud.
Anthony
There's no
Richardson-
way he's getting rid of Stroud right
Yeah,
now.
good thing his name's H-Man.
Stroud looks like the best rookie QB. Anyways,
No,
Adrian,
no, he does
if
right
I-
now. He's the odds-on winner of Rookie of the Year right now.
yeah.
hey, listen,
I
Adrian,
think I'd take it.
you,
Yeah.
you own A-Chain, I own CJ Stroud. Would you give up A-Chain for CJ Stroud? That was a joke. I swear to God, you had to pause on that? Okay, listen. Anthony Richardson, Adrian, Anthony Richardson, 2 firsts. Would you give up Burrow and Hollywood for that?
I think
And you know it's Kyle's team. He was punting. He accidentally is not punting
Yes.
anymore.
for a punting
What's
team, yes,
punting?
I would do it.
I would too. I
Yeah.
would take Anthony Richardson in 2 firsts. And I'm probably higher on Hollywood than anyone.
Come on, Mitch.
Did
And
you even
I
consider
tried
Hollywood?
to talk John into trading for Lamar. Like Kyle would definitely be punting right now if he would have also traded Lamar.
I might still. We'll see.
What is that background noise? Oh, there we go. Someone-
Sorry,
Sorry,
nothing.
it's-
Let's keep
I think
moving.
it's my water lines
No
in the
problem.
basement.
No problem. Okay, hey, killer trade, guys. I love it. And
I like it too.
Kyle's back in competing.
I'm
So
3-1,
then-
baby.
dude, good job. I wish I was a stronger 3-1. I hate all my teams.
Shut up. Shut
Not
up.
excited.
I don't even want to hear. I
Unexcited.
don't want to hear it.
Listen, I am sick. Okay, listen. I got Diggs for JSN. Diggs for JSN. I'm not even considering the third. That was cute that it was in there
I
though.
love it.
So Jason decided to destroy his team. I don't care what he says. I don't care
Yeah.
the logistics.
I don't
His
understand why.
team went from pretty good to WTF. So now I thought he was great. I thought that was a killer trade for both John and Jason K.
It's a fun week for
He's
me.
punting. He grabbed JSN. He dealt Diggs. Pickle, what do you think?
Yeah, if he's punting, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. That was a very casual, sophisticated. Yeah, I like it.
But then he trades
Zach?
for Barkley the very next trade.
Yeah.
He's or two trades from that. He's not punting if he's trading for Barkley.
At $70-something.
So okay, you guys haven't heard of all the DMs he's been. Okay, I have his first for starters.
He wanted to. Honestly, I don't hate that for Jason. Right? He ended up getting Barkley, dealt away Miles Sanders, and
No,
Waller.
I
If they're all-
like getting Barkley for him is good. He's not punting if
Okay.
he's getting Barkley, is what I'm saying.
I don't know what the heck he's doing.
And he's got
He-
Eckler.
If he doesn't have his
He's-
own first,
He's in here. Where is he? Here he is.
He's
Did he say anything? Kyle needs running
he's
back.
he's
That's
trying to
what I
get
think.
his first back, so he's trying to make
Oh.
moves to get a trade that I will accept.
Ah,
is that-
nice.
Is that for that? Jason, what happened to your team? Traded for you now. You've traded for Eckler and Barkley, and they're both big fat contracts. What's
Eckler
Barkley
was
at? 76.
he was dire need of a running back. Then he got hurt. And I think
He'll be
that
back.
might have been the defeated. I gave him the defeated attitude.
So
I don't understand.
There's an
his
ulterior
first,
motive.
His first came my way. I think it was pretty early in the off season, and I if I recall, it was his quote unquote playoff first, which it should have been. At the time, it looked like it was for I think Mike Williams, who was $3, and there might have been some other stuff
Jason.
in there, but I think that was the main thing. So
I love it.
that makes sense. It's like
Good
like
job,
a high
Jay.
wide receiver 2
Love
with
you,
wide
man.
receiver 1
That's
weeks
hilarious.
for a late first. It makes sense.
What makes sense to me is he got the best player in the deal. He's going to flip the best player in the deal as soon as he has a big game. That's what I would have done. Then Van decides to take his trash ass team, and he dealt Tannehill and his first, Juwan Johnson, for Geno and Mike Williams. I just think it's great that Geno's traded after he's the topic of. 2 seconds is called a Geno now. He's been given a word.
I still
This
love
is. We know, buddy. We know. I don't.
Mitch
I
is-
think
Mitch
this
is
is worth
DMing
it
me.
if he's competing. And look at his salary. What's his salary? $29. That's not as sexy, but I mean he's doing pretty well. I bet he's a top 12 quarterback. Probably.
Jared Goff?
No,
Oh,
Geno.
Geno.
Yeah, I think he is.
But
I don't know. I
Geno Smith is top
I
5.
don't understand this trade. Like Mike Williams is on the IR. He may never come back. I mean, he's gonna come back, but you know what I
This is
mean.
an
Like
ACL. He's 28, I think.
he's 28 and he's always hurt.
When do you start him? He did just go for 121 and 1.
When
and no one's
he's
surprised.
freaking Sammy Watkins. When he's on the field, he's great.
He's a little
But he
better
can't
than
stay
Sammy.
on the
Better than
field.
Sammy Watkins. Get out of here,
Oh,
you
He's better
homer.
than
Zachary.
Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins was good
Good,
week 1
sweet
every year. And
Lord.
And then he got hurt, and he was hurt the whole freaking season.
You're like Bills fans. Like you have the second best team in the entire NFL, and you're still whining,
Yes,
you're
we
bitching
know.
and moaning. We only have Stephon Diggs
Hey,
and no
dude.
one else. Boo! That's
Did
you.
you guys hear that Jason won a championship a couple years ago?
Yeah, he did.
Were you guys familiar with
really?
that?
It was.
did?
Was it GA?
What?
It was.
few
It
years.
was,
GA.
yeah.
Yeah.
In a few years, I'll
Well,
win
we
the
all-
first one, and I'll never let you guys forget it.
Yeah. No, we know.
Give me
But
3 or
hey,
4
but
years.
Jason, I mean, I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Van did not know that Mike Williams got injured.
Like he
Wouldn't
gave
be
up his
surprised.
first. That's
You're probably right.
So
Yeah.
okay,
I'm
Van
my
works a
take
lot.
on this, it's not about Mike Williams. I would send it first for Gino.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I'd send a first for Gino if
And-
I was competitive,
Tannehill and
but I
Juwan
would
Johnson
do
are
it in
nothing
like
to me.
week 9.
But
Would you
do
do
you-
it in week 4?
To get you
Yeah.
there.
Do you think
He
this
needs it.
team is going to
Guys,
He
compete?
doesn't have
Zach,
another
you
quarterback.
pull,
Gino and Goff are
pull his
both low
team
end
up.
QB1s for me.
Zach, pull his team up real quick.
It is up. It's right. He's got Dalvin Cook,
Is it?
Najee Harris, Singletary, and Rashid White. Now White doing great. He has no one after
He's
that.
not doing great.
Yeah. He's got
Not doing
Adams,
great, but that was nice
Well,
of you.
Mike Evans,
He's
DK.
he's got
He's not-
potential. He needs to
He's
make
got
more
some-
moves now. And he might not be
He
able
didn't
to
even
without
put
his
Mike
first.
Williams on IR. He's just right there on his roster.
He's $3. He doesn't need to put him on IR. He's gonna get
What, really? He's
only gonna
he's
get
got a
25
300 cap.
yeah, and he'll get
75%.
25 cents back.
Yeah.
Is he never gonna get? Oh, is that right?
You
Is that what's up?
75% of your salary remains
It
as your
opens up a roster
salary.
spot is what it would be.
I don't think he even knows that. I don't
He
know if
can't
he
even-
even
he can't
really
even-
knows.
Man.
He could open a roster spot, but he's still gonna have to pay him over $2, so he can't pick anyone up anyway. It
Yeah.
Well,
doesn't
you
make
That's
drop
what I'm
saying.
Dalvin
Do you
Cook or you sell him or whatever.
Do you think Van knows he plays in our league?
Yes, because I remind him monthly.
He's been traveling a
Hey,
lot.
buddy,
Just
I'm
one
surprised.
log
He
in.
does travel a ton.
Tag
He
him.
d-
for work.
Tag him
He
when
does,
we
he
post
does.
this.
He doesn't look
I
at
like
Discord.
Van.
You got to text him.
Van did join us for the draft party too. Boy, he
That's
was
true.
lounging too. He looked about as comfortable as I've ever seen anyone.
He was in a hotel,
okay.
wasn't he? I think.
I
Oh,
think
was
so.
he? Was he in a
I
hotel?
think so. I think he was on
Yeah.
a business trip. He was in a hotel. I'm pretty sure.
Dang, he got.
I think I remember that. I
comfortable.
think you're right.
So
All right,
here's
listen,
what I
I'm
would
gonna
do
just-
if I was a good owner. I would sell Bryce Young and like try and fix the roster because he can't tank anymore.
Who's that?
Van.
Oh,
Yeah,
Van
there's
has
no.
Bryce
He
Young
gave
too?
away his
Yeah.
first.
I didn't
There's
notice
no
that.
reason. There's
So
no point.
Bryce
TK.
Young, I would sell him right now,
Right.
and then I would
Right.
try and package it with a shit salary. He's got a couple.
But see, like, he's third in his division, third scoring in his division. Like, that's not a team that I feel like
That was
should have been
before
making that
Gino.
move.
That's a move I would make if I was competing. I would buy Gino for a first.
Yeah, yes, but what I'm saying is, I don't think he's truly competing.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, he's competing now.
he
yeah.
doesn't have a choice.
Well, he has no choice. He has to compete now.
Yo, whose pick's gonna be worse, Jason K or Vans? I'm excited.
Jason K. Tell me who else? Who did he trade it to? Jason K. Oh, okay. Well, hey, maybe that's why. Maybe he's like, I can't get my first back. Huh.
Right now,
Hey,
they're
I
the
just, I don't need to. Mhm.
5th and 7th pick.
Well, hey, I had a couple things to say on some people, but I'll put it in a couple words. Tony, I think you got a great team. I would get to trading right now. A couple of your tradable assets: Judy, Mingo, Pitts, or Kincaid, and QJ. I would consider one of your tight ends expendable. I would start to attack the trades right now. That's really
And
what I'm
not
looking at. I
trading
wouldn't.
your players away for picks.
So
What's that?
I'll
I
say
said,
okay,
and not trading his players away for picks. Trading his players
Hey.
away for other players.
there's
Yes,
a lot
I
of
agree
players,
with Zachary.
There's a lot of players on his team designed for a rebuild that you can very easily trade for competing pieces.
Oh, I'm so with you. those guys, Pitts, I would not sell at a big discount. I would sell maybe a discount, circa 2 years ago, and even last year. I would sell Kincaid. I would sell at no discount, maybe a premium. QJ, I'd sell. Mingo, I'd
QJ's pretty
probably
valuable.
sell. Who?
QJ, pretty valuable. That's what I hear.
I agree.
Okay.
Or hey, listen,
We're gonna
him
talk
not
about this
beating out Josh
afterwards.
Palmer's bumming me out hard. So, dude, hey Zach, he still has 4 firsts
I
after
know.
all those trades.
I know.
4?
Tony could be the best team in the
That's
league
just
for the next
24
4 years if he
Because
plays it right.
he just collects picks and picks and picks.
I know.
And it's like we keep
Kyle's
saying,
right.
when
He
is
could
he going to
be-
flip the switch? When is he going to flip the switch?
He's
He needs to flip the switch
the last
now.
2 years. I think he's given up too early because of injury. This
Oh,
year
he
could be
gave up.
it if he gets aggressive.
So when he gave up, he committed to that give up,
He's
and
got
he
JJ
just
for $30.
floor.
This is like startup value.
Oh, hey, this is the last thing. I forego everything else I was going to say. Adrian, you listening?
Yes.
Adrian,
Hi.
how about that trade, bro? You got hey, how about selling JJ? I am all up chest bumping you right now. I don't care who else you got.
Yo, okay.
CJ Stroud?
Keep it in DMs, man.
That's
This is
legit.
unprofessional. Okay, at least Mitch
Dude.
is hitting me up in DMs.
Hey, did you know CJ Stroud is 1 point, I think, less than Josh Allen has scored?
Dude, hey, right now, if you were right here, blowjob immediately. CJ Stroud,
$20, that's the
Flowers, Addison, 2024 first.
Adrian is lucky Bryce Young went.
No, he's
before-
not, because Gibbs was going before CJ Stroud in
No.
many leagues.
No,
Yeah.
He's not lucky.
I took AR instead of Stroud. If
Oh,
AR
I
goes,
take AR over Stroud.
Yeah.
if
take AR
AR
over
goes instead of Bryce Young, I then take Stroud.
Oh, please, you were not
That's a
taking
hot take.
Stroud.
No,
So,
I did
Stop.
not. No,
don't
no, no.
disagree with it.
I
That's
did
a hot
not
take,
want
though.
Bryce Young anywhere.
You
I will
you
say
maybe if you just were you wouldn't have taken it because you chose. You wouldn't have been on the clock at 102 and taken Stroud over
No,
AR.
I was the third pick. I got AR at 3.
yeah.
Oh, I know. I
I would have
draft
taken
Like
Stroud
that
at
one.
3 if AR was gone. Is what I'm trying to say.
Stroud was
Okay.
107 by the time
I
we-
apologize. I thought you were saying you would have taken. I misunderstood.
No.
You're right. Blow job for you too. So listen,
Mhm.
hey, I just wanted to say that as I was digging into this, I was telling someone something about CJ Stroud earlier, and I don't know if it was in one of these leagues or Discord or I don't know. That dude is that dude's a boss. I remember him at the podium up there, and he was like, "Watch me." He's crying. Got
Stroud?
drafted. He was like, "Get
He
ready."
had
I got
a
chills.
hell of a pre-draft. Oh my god, that feels so bad for that kid.
All right,
Stroud.
GA, let's go.
Stroud. I mean, GA.
I'm
God
gonna
dang,
take
Stroud.
10 minutes at tops, and I don't think I'll be there that much because we don't have many trades. So 2 trades
Nice.
we had. Do we have Joe? No, Brian.
Man, it's just
Brian gave up Ford. Here's another Ford. Ford and Derrick Henry for Chubb, Gainwell, and a 2024 first and third to James Martin.
I
So
kind
James
of
Martin.
like
James
both
Martin is
sides.
competing now. So
Yeah, if you guys look at his team, it is
Yeah.
like a weird dynasty team that is dominating.
yeah, he's
We'll
going
look at
to
that in a second. Let's talk about the other trade, and we can go look at
So the other one,
James's.
The one we talked about last week, kind of had it
Yeah.
on there last week.
yeah, it's Mitch and
But
Renee.
a week removed, I feel great about it.
The 24 first and a 25 first, a 3 first.
Yeah.
Or Kyron Williams, Puka in a second. So yeah, we
Mhm.
talked about that.
I will say this: if I have a competing team, and I know my team's going to be 112 ish, I'd give up I think I'd give up a 24 first and a 25 first for Puka. I think
Yeah,
I'd do that.
But Renee is 0-4.
Well, I also
You can turn it around. Turn it around.
Renee, WTF? She's
I forgot
Was that her
this was
picks?
the other Renee
Yeah.
pick or draft.
One of them
trade.
is
The 24 first is her pick.
and the
And
25
the 25.
I
And
take
the other
it back.
the other 24 first is Tony.
This is
Oh,
a
okay.
trade that you make if Cup is never
His
coming
team's
back.
good. Why, Renee?
But she's not going to get the 101 because it's going to go to.
Who
okay.
cares? What if she
Okay.
gets, what
Doesn't
if-
matter.
You want
Marvin
Marvin
Harrison,
Harrison
Drake
or
May,
Puka?
Brock
I
Bowers.
like Puka, but
I'll take
Any of
Marvin
the 8
Harrison.
running backs?
yeah.
Hang on, Adrian. Who do you
He's-
think's going to get the 101?
I think CJ
Oh, what team is he?
and the Texans.
Dang it. Who do you think's going to have the 102?
Probably Jake.
Yeah, see, I got that pick. I have Jake's
Yeah.
102.
Okay.
I'm really happy about that.
Bingo.
Like
You know
CJ,
how it
CJ's got a commanding lead right now on that 101.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Would you guys trade a first for Kyron Williams?
I think he's got a good shot to be
No.
the guy.
You know what? You don't count
I do.
Okay,
Okay.
actually, I take that back.
because
I would-
you've got rookie running back fever.
He's not a rookie.
No, he's not a rookie.
He's a second year.
Yeah.
He didn't play last year.
You're
If-
right.
If I'm
But they
if
like
I'm
him.
competing and I have a window and it's a 16-team
They
league,
might like
I
him.
would trade a first for Kyron Williams because
How much do you like him when you draft him in the? Sorry.
He's not.
There's
on
no
fire.
competition.
Say it
Elijah
again,
Mitchell
Kyle.
was a
Matter.
running back 1 last year, ish, sort of.
Hey, how does JJ walk on
Yeah.
to
Then
Wisconsin?
they traded for
Same
CMC.
difference.
So how much did they really like him? Is that how
He
much they
won
like
like
him? So is
300
that how
pounds.
much they like Elijah Mitchell? Is that how much they like Kyron Williams? That they'll just go ahead and draft a juggernaut to replace him?
The two that I always go back to, and it's more extreme than Kyron Williams, is James Robinson and Philip Lindsay. Y'all remember Philip Lindsay? It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I loved him.
They
I
were
loved them
both
both.
excellent when they got kicked to the curb. They were excellent
yeah.
during the time.
Kyron Williams. Okay, what else? That's
Kyron
Kyron
Williams
Williams.
was injured too last year.
So you want
He
to talk
was. He
about
was a
James'
fifth-round draft
team?
pick.
Look at this
You
team.
say this
team-
was a good team?
Kirk
this
Cousins
team
has
he's
40
weird.
points per week.
is dominating. This team
Well,
is like the best team
how-
in
but
GA right now.
You got to figure Mostert and Allen gave him like 100 points last week.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Listen,
he
and-
has far and away the most points scored in any of our dynasty teams right now.
Vikings
That team.
have
Oh,
Vikings
sorry.
have
I
the
thought it,
worst
sorry. I
defense.
thought it was 580. It's 489. Never mind. I thought
Yeah.
it was 580, but it's still
That's crazy.
very good.
In a 16 team.
Hey, but you're right, Pickle. This makes me sick.
It's a gross
like
team.
that.
I
Like,
guarantee
It is. It is.
Most-
Yes, it is
yeah.
gross.
It's
When-
coming back to earth.
if you
He's
would have
got a
told me this is
great
a
running back
480
too.
point team, I would have laughed in your face.
He's got
No,
a
he
great
did- he
running
did
back 3
trade
in Derrick
away-
Henry.
He did trade away Nick Chubb, who had points week 1 and 2, and that's not reflected here.
Correct.
Or week 1. But this is, and I said this last week, like a lot of people get caught up in getting rookies and
You're
getting
right.
young guys, and it's
Mhm.
about who scores the most points. It's not about who's got the youngest roster. It's not about
Exactly.
who's got the most hype players. Like, it's about putting up points.
Man,
People,
his depth though.
Doesn't
once
matter.
he starts hitting the bye weeks, he's going to be hurting.
you can,
Oh,
you
it
can
matters.
say
He's gonna
that
make
for a
it
lot of
because
people.
He won't lose until then.
You're right.
It's going to hurt in the playoffs too. Trust me.
Yeah.
It could. It could.
didn't have a
Just
lot
look
of
at week
Especially-
5.
Well, I'm looking at
That's an
13.
week 5 and week 7 are losses for him, and that's also in the same doubleheader, which are no, it's not. Sorry, 5 and 7 are in 2 different doubleheaders.
like it's a
I
reminder.
want to die looking at this.
Whoever scores the most points wins these leagues week in and week out. It's not about who's got the youngest rookie, who's got the guy that's got the most hype. So your Adam Thielen, who's all of a sudden relevant again, like, is valuable to you. I don't think a lot of people were really ever out on Keenan Allen just because he didn't get his points from
He's
being
going nuclear
crazy
now
fast,
that Mike
but,
Will is
like,
out.
but like the route running, top tier talent. But nobody's trading for Keenan Allen in a team that's competing or a team that's trying to rebuild or whatever, because he's he's old.
33.
Thielen is old. Derrick Henry should have been
Well, those
should
are
not be putting up points as of 2 years ago, but still is. And so,
Allen and Thielen are prime examples of you're going to compete and you want to get a good wide receiver on essentially a 1-year rental that
You're
no
not
one
gonna
can
pay-
trade because of the age, you
Yeah.
go and steal them.
You're going to pay nothing for those guys, and they're going to put up a ton of points for you. So it's a weird team. It's a gross team. I would not want this team, but he's off to a very hot start. I think Mostert will cool down for sure, but I think
I hope
Derrick
to
Henry is
God
only
not.
going to get
I
better.
hope to God not.
My one comment on this team, the whole team, I don't care about the rest of it. It's ugly, but it works. Kirk Cousins, if you were competing this year, you should have traded for him in the offseason because that defense is garbage and we all knew it.
Yeah.
And we know he loves the pass.
I
Yeah.
made a trade in a Superflex league last year where I traded away Ramondre Stevenson for Kirk Cousins and a 25 first, second, third, and fourth.
Wow.
I'm sorry, was that Superflex?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice, nice.
So I'm loving Big Kirko.
Good job.
All right,
And
let's
he
get back to
wasn't even
Sandy so I
hurt.
can hit my 10 minutes because we're at 9
Okay.
minutes and
Yeah, I just
59
pulled a
seconds.
Jason on you.
Hey, we
Sorry.
gave everyone else 6.
Sorry, I interrupted.
So we talked about James. He's killing it with his team, but like I said, he scored 100 points, I think, just with 2 players or 3 if you throw in Thielen. But so can he keep that up? I'm not sure, but it's going to be interesting to see. So AFC South is kind of up for grabs, except for CJ. I mean, if you're looking at points,
He can make a comeback.
it's not true. I don't think
Negative.
he's trying. I don't think he's trying. I think he wants.
Are
that.
you going through this every division?
I love it.
But
Let the
it's
man
quick.
talk.
Let's make it
I
a
already went
3-hour
through- I already went through
podcast.
the
Let him
South,
cook.
see? I went through the South.
This
It's
morning you
East.
said talk about 2 different teams.
time me. I'm not going to take any more than 5 minutes.
We're
Trust
at
me.
2.5
Hey, guys,
minutes right now.
let's talk about 2 different
East.
teams and then who we can build. And then he's going through. That means he didn't do his homework. Now,
Jay, shh.
When a problem comes
you
around,
just
you
interrupted
must use it.
everyone.
Oh my God, you're that child that can't shut up in class.
Okay, East.
Needs improvement for
East.
self-control.
East. We have AFC East. We got Joe, 420 points. Points 4, sitting
Nice.
pretty good with the good chance. Ryan is in a good spot. I mean, he's 3-1, but he needs to score more points. I mean, Joe has a pretty solid team. It's going to be hard to uproot him. But in the West, we have Zach sitting pretty at the top. But Jim and Tony, they have a chance, but they got to make a move because Jim needs a receiver bad, and so does Tony. Could use a receiver.
He did do
So
some
off
homework.
to the NFC. NFC, we have could be anyone's game. Just depends on who makes moves. They're all pretty close as far
That
as
division's so bad.
yeah. They're all, somebody needs to make moves if you want to win. I mean, that's pretty much plain and simple. Make some moves if you want to win. Everybody's pretty close.
Mhm.
It's up for grabs. South, we have Tampa Bay and Roy. They have a good points 4. So I think they could have a good shot. JW, I don't know what happened to your team. I mean, you're 3-1, right?
Mhm. I have it's a good team.
Poser.
Yeah. But I mean, the points 4 is
Daniel
really
Jones.
confusing. It's confusing
The what?
because the PF is confusing
Oh.
this year. Just looking at everybody's team, it's very confusing because there's
It's
people
bizarre
that have
world
hit.
this year.
But yeah, it's still kind of up for grabs, except for Mr. Kyle over there, who's punting.
I'm going for
I guess,
101,
again.
baby.
Yeah,
It's my time.
so it could be anybody's game in the South.
At least
We look
at
at
least
the
you have your
East.
first.
I do have my first, and I have a couple other firsts. No, I don't know if I have any other for 24.
You have mine.
JK and the Eagles are sitting in the driver's seat in the East.
Great team.
But I know the other guys are trying to compete, but I don't know if they can unless they make moves.
55 and 80-point deficit.
Yeah, the big topic of this is you got to make moves. Like Zach said, don't wait.
Mhm.
You got to make moves now. And in the West, we have Braxton and Mache. And they're sitting at the top. Braxton's pretty solid, with his scoring. Mache's not too far behind. Earl and myself, we don't have a shot. Who are we kidding? But
It is what it is.
I'm
Yeah.
having fun. I'm probably the happiest 0-14.
Do you have your pick?
Are you kidding me?
Can we trade 26 picks yet?
No.
Adrian
I'm
would
done.
have already
See,
done
If
it.
we
Time?
could, Joe would have
3
them
minutes and
already
40
all
seconds.
traded.
And Adrian.
All right, NFL.
Oh my goodness, we have another league.
Oh my
I'm not even.
God.
I'm just.
Don't worry, Zach doesn't talk very
I'm
long.
so okay. You know what? I need to become a regular because I want to be there when SF3 drops. It's gonna be like a 3-4 hour podcast.
I would love it.
We will be better. Pickle keeps interrupting.
It's not me.
All right. So.
Oh my God, he's triggered.
First trade of the week was between Tom and Ash. Tom gave up 24 second and third for Hodgins and Mooney.
Yawn.
Yeah, second trade, Ash and Roy. Roy gave up a second for Ford.
Ford.
That
Like,
seems really
we're
cheap
sending
after
3
what you guys were
firsts
talking
for
about
No, it
earlier.
Williams.
doesn't.
We're
That's
sending 3
fine.
firsts for
Who-
Kyron Williams and 1 second for Jerome Ford. Are you kidding me? Come on, guys.
If one
would
of
take
you
that.
guys are dumbass enough to trade a first for Ford, you don't belong here.
All
You don't.
right.
You don't stop.
Then we
it.
got
Gross.
Ash trading away Rashawn Johnson, Brian Robinson, and Debo.
And a first.
Trey Tucker and
first.
a 24 first for James
Wow.
Cook, Khalil Herbert, Zay Flowers, DK Metcalf, and a 24 third.
This is buying
Wow.
the hype.
Wait.
This is buying the
What
hype.
happened?
This is Ash. He wants one player, and then he just throws in a bunch of crap to be like, oh yeah, it's sweetening the pot, and it's like you
No,
just put a
he
bunch of
wanted
crap in here to make somebody think it's a good trade.
multiple players. He got DK Metcalf.
He's got 4
Zay
startable
Flowers.
players.
I'm
No,
pretty
he-
sure he really likes Zay Flowers.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
saying he won this trade,
Oh,
but like Brian,
yeah.
like Roshan Johnson, I'm not sold on
Roshan
Brian.
Johnson's good.
I'm not
Brian
sold
Robinson's
on.
good.
I'm not sold on Brian Robinson.
Brian
You're
Robinson
sold.
is-
Trust. You'll
We
get
all know
there.
Debo's good.
I'm
Debo's
just not
good.
sold on. Yeah, I'm just not sold on it. I would take the Khalil Herbert, Zay Flowers.
Hey, I'll take Ash's side.
Me too. Me too.
Is that the Seahawks?
Yeah, Ash is the Seahawks. I like what Ash got.
How's Tampa Bay's pick? Maybe it's a high pick.
Well, we can look at
That
that
would
in
be
a
a
second.
saving grace.
Then we had Adrian trading Marquise Brown and Cam Akers to Jason
Hey.
K for Pierce, a nobody Sutton, and a 24 second.
Wow, nice work, Adrian.
Yeah, I'll take the Pierce side, but I will say I like Akers still.
I like that list.
I like
Never do it.
Akers, but I'd rather have Pearson Sutton right now.
I agree.
Yep.
And a second.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pierce has been pretty bad, guys. Like really bad.
Well,
Not been
Yeah.
of course, because they got a
great, but-
second string offensive line and a third string center. Nobody's going to run after that. But he didn't look bad this past game. He actually had some holes, and
just
he
a
actually
slow
ran.
start is all it is. He's not bad.
I don't care. I don't care what he looks
He's
like
getting
in
the
game.
touches.
We have a big enough sample size to know that he's a competent back.
Yeah.
It's
just
just the O line.
Oh,
James
line is-
Robinson looked real good the first year too. He's getting the touches is my concern. I like him. God dang, he was super fun to watch last year. But I
How
mean,
dare you bring
he
up
got
James
17
Robinson, man.
touches, 18 touches, 14 touches the first week. And you're
And
right,
then
the
our-
O-line. But it
our last
doesn't really
trade-
lie-
Thank you.
What is wrong with
We
you?
have Wes stealing
What
Brock
is this?
Purdy.
worked.
Yeah.
Absolutely stealing Brock Purdy for a 24 first.
Guys, one quarterback leagues
It's one-
should
yeah,
not
one
value quarterbacks like this.
No.
Yeah.
In my leagues, yes.
No.
Yes, my
never.
leagues are so different.
They're QB dependent. I mean, Herbert
Joe
had like
Burrow. Okay, hold on. Joe Burrow went higher in GA than he did in JB. That is ridiculous. No, it should never happen. Stop it.
Well, you guys messed up that Burrow JT deal.
Well,
Burrow
that-
should have been 101.
I was the third pick.
Yeah, I
Remember that debacle? You guys remember.
It went
think I had 2 picks that year.
it went Herbert.
No,
Then-
Herbert did not go first.
Yes, he did.
No.
No. Herbert
was-
wasn't even. We didn't even care that much about
Yeah,
him.
Herbert
no,
was like a
he was going to
second
be
round pick.
behind Tyrod Taylor. He was just like, yeah, he'll be good in a couple of years.
I was
let's
not.
see,
I drafted him
2020.
at 107 in a few leagues, and I was
And-
not excited to get
And
him.
nobody was really hyped about him because he had
No,
no talent.
no one liked him.
He didn't look that great at Oregon.
He was like the Jordan Love, the Drew Lock, like
Yes.
crazy good athletic talent. Did not process the game properly, and then he just turned it on in the NFL, and he was amazing. That's what it was.
That's correct. If this is a later first, I don't even care if it's 108. I'm taking Purdy.
Come on, guys.
Oh, sorry. It went Clyde.
We all know. We already all
Oh,
know.
did you draft Clyde
Listen,
Edwards, or did
No,
you trade
no.
for him?
That was Roy. Roy took Clyde. Then it was Tua, and then I missed my pick,
You
and
missed
it
your first-round pick?
took Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, I remember.
And
Oh, is
remember,
that
because
what
you're
it
like
was?
you
I
instantly
was
messaged me and
so
said
mad.
I'll switch you Joe Burrow for JT, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go with what it picked and just write it.
Worst
This
decision
was
of your
that
life.
was the JV was the only
You'll never
league where I was
forget
like,
that.
I get JT.
Oh,
for
I
free.
I will never forget the fact that I could have had Joe Burrow straight up for JT.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but ask Jason Williams and myself how we're feeling about Burrow right now. Thus far.
Well, I mean, Zach can commiserate with you because he's got Joe Burrow now.
Yeah, well, Burrow's like in the same boat as James Robinson. They're good till they're not.
What?
It's kind of
Oh.
tough.
I'm just
It's the
catching
kind-
all these
The
strays.
kind
for
of
saying James
unhinged
Oh.
things that have been said on this podcast this season.
Oh,
Come on,
no.
Like some crazy things have been said.
Okay, listen.
Burrow-
Brock Purdy,
Burrow
easy
has-
win because I guess whatever.
Burrow's been challenging, but I mean, I got a huge heart on for him.
Yeah, we got to keep him.
Calf
but
hurts.
he's
Give him
been
a
Yeah.
break.
depressing.
Are the scoring?
But you have to understand the per completion, a quarter point per completion. This is same value for me,
Can you
You
pull
can
up?
almost.
Can you
No,
pull
no,
up the
no.
QB
Okay.
scoring?
Super flex.
Stop. You can only start one. You don't need 4 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback league. Okay, I
No,
promise.
you don't. But there's 16 teams, and so many year after year,
gotta have a
so
good
many
one.
teams don't even have one quarterback.
Yeah,
Now I will say, if
artificial
you're on the
value.
clock and you have a Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, Burrow, I'm not prioritizing if I have a top 3, 4, 5 pick on a
Yes,
quarterback.
sir.
I'm just not going to do it. That's just bad. It's bad process.
Geno Smith
I
was
can-
QB5 last year.
There's always an outlier.
Geno
Always
Smith.
an outlier, yes.
Jared Goff
Well,
was
yeah,
a QB1
Gino went
last year.
bonkers.
Jared Goff was a
Jared-
Gino
first
went
round pick.
bonkers. Try,
Okay,
you know,
he was
try
a
to
first
hit
round pick
on
like
that.
8 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
He got
Tampa Bay-
dropped.
Tampa
Go play
Bay
the
is not a
luck
good
game.
team. The Tampa Bay is not looking good.
Okay,
So
There you
it
go.
should be a higher pick.
Oh,
Andrew.
so
Oh, I
that,
forgot
Which
all
is
about
crazy because this
That's-
was a playoff team last year.
that's justifiable. I
he's
think
got
that's
Josh
Casey,
Allen.
I don't know what Casey's doing. He inherited a playoff team.
Well, because he's got Josh Allen. He didn't need Purdy.
and Saquon, who's been injured-ish.
285. So this is
Oh my
a
God.
factor of him
Oh my god. That's
having the toughest schedule in his division.
oh my god.
2 hours.
In the whole
Yeah,
conference, looks like. No,
Where did
second
Purdy go?
hardest.
Yeah, second hardest in the conference. Yep. So I think this is something
Gave
that
up
can definitely
Purdy.
be righted. Just by his team continuing to perform.
Second hardest in the entire league.
So Dave gave up Purdy for a high first, and he's punting.
It's not a high. Hold
Guys.
on. Okay, stop.
It'll be a mid.
Stop
5,
looking
6.
at record.
mid first.
Stop
look at
looking at
anything.
record.
All I looked at was
Record
what you
only
said.
matters if you don't make to make the playoffs.
I don't
Right
know
now,
the
that
record. You
that
guys-
pick is
that was
1, 2, 3,
projected.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the 9th pick right now.
Give me Purdy over the 109.
Yeah, I'll take Purdy. I get it though,
But you had
because
Josh
what
Allen.
if it's the 5th pick? What if it's the 4th or 5th or 6th pick? I'll
Did
take the
he
pick.
did he already have a quarterback?
He has Josh Allen.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, I thought he said Josh Allen.
No. Buccaneers had
He's
Josh
got
Allen.
Derek Carr and Trey Lance.
Hey-oh.
No,
He has.
you're-
So
you're looking at it
Mike,
wrong,
was it Mike?
right?
Who
I'm
I
looking
now
at
I don't
Dave's.
remember who gave
well,
up the pick.
Dave
Who gave
gave up Purdy.
Dave. Dave is.
Dave gave up Purdy.
See?
He's the Packers.
Packers?
Dave's the
I'm
Packers.
close
He's got
to it.
Derek Carr and Trey Lance.
Damn, is
But
this
he's
just,
punching
No, I
this
don't.
Scotty
happening?
Why would you get rid of
Shane.
Purdy?
Yeah.
I gotta get
No,
in.
you got the wrong team because he doesn't even have Purdy on his lineup. I mean, on his team.
I know because he gave him up. He just sold him.
But no, he
Dave
wasn't even on
sold Purdy
Tampa
for a
Bay.
first.
Yes.
Pull up Tampa Bay. Was he on there?
Oh,
No, it's
if I'm
What
Dave,
league are we in? Where
I
are you,
know.
Adrian?
No,
NFL.
this is
What's
me.
happening?
He gave up Tampa Bay's first.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's where I
He,
got.
Wes.
Dave
Wes.
got the first. What
Oh,
is
God.
what is this
Gotta
league?
get in
Gave
this
up.
league.
He gave Giants first. He gave up his own first.
Shit, maybe I do
No,
like one quarterback.
Oh,
Wes
so
gave
hot,
up Tampa Bay's first, which is
Not
the
what it
9th
says.
pick overall.
It says
For- for-
gave up 24 round 1 pick from New York Jets.
Oh, it was Giants. So he gave up
Good.
essentially the 16th pick right now.
Yeah, he's a
Brock Purdy.
hero. He got Purdy for nothing, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
If you've got Joe Burrow and that's your starting QB, I would be just that would it's
That's
a
a bye week
panic-inducing
play.
trade. You're just like, I need to get somebody if I can
He's
get.
got to win. He wants to win now because he's
Somebody
afraid
That's
for
not a panic-inducing trade.
Well, it
think
could
I
be.
think it is.
It could be.
Yeah.
Pretty
Well,
panicky.
but a
It's not a
very
bad
late
trade. It's not a bad
a
trade.
very late first for a quarterback is great value.
Yeah, it's not a bad trade, but I think it's I mean, like everybody would agree before the season, Joe Burrow much better than Brock Purdy.
Yes,
You would
Yeah.
expect.
But he
so, like,
also
I'm
has-
saying, like,
But
he
you
doesn't-
need a backup, though.
you still need a backup, and
I don't think it's a trade he needs to make. If you look at his roster 2 weeks ago, I still like the trade. I think he wins the trade. There's nothing wrong with it. I that's why I'm saying panic inducing because
Yeah, I
Joe
mean,
Burrow's
he's got
not
Puka on
doing
his
great right now.
taxi.
I think it's a great trade. I like it.
Yeah,
You probably wouldn't have made that trade 3 weeks ago because you'd be like, why? You have Joe
Everyone
Burrow.
7, 6.
So, but I still like it. It's a good trade.
I would have given even with Joe Burrow, I would have given up a late first. What I believe to be what it would have been a late first for Purdy, easy.
Oh, yeah, me too. That's easy. I like it even if he has Burrow.
The context
he
is
was very
important here
useful.
because it makes more sense now.
He has CMC, which is a great stack to
But
have.
Dave,
three-
this makes no sense for Dave. He has no quarterback.
No,
He's
no, no.
owing a
He's got Derek
million,
Carr.
so
what?
he's
He's
going
punting.
for
He's
101.
probably
he's at the
stacking
bottom
picks.
too. Yeah,
He's getting Caleb
He's
next
got a
year.
killer taxi.
Yeah, but
What
why
the-
wouldn't
why
you
is that
hold
taxi so
Purdy?
He's going to re-roll that pick. He just didn't. Maybe he doesn't believe in Purdy.
He's 100% getting Caleb Williams next year, and then he's gonna bring everyone off the taxi, and he's gonna win.
Dorian Thompson Robinson. That's
Why not?
And then Hooker.
That was for me. I know it. All right, are we done? Did
Yeah, we
do
got to
it?
end it. We're at 1.5.
We did it. Hey, love you guys. You're all great. We could just keep going. Do you have any parting words? Anyone? Too bad.